Hello everyone and welcome to our latest episode. Episode 24. Today we're looking at a Disney offering from Nintendo's widescreen series of game and watches they called Mickey Mouse. But before we look at today's focus, I'd like to quickly answer last episode's What in the World? The question is simple. Can you identify this Nintendo item from the sliver of a photograph? I think that D-pad was the real giveaway. It was, as you can see here in the picture, a Game Boy Advance SP. This one being the super cute Famicom version that marked its 20th anniversary in Japan. Now heading back over to today's focus, and star of the show, the Game & Watch, widescreen version called Mickey Mouse. Issued to the public on October 9 back in 1981, this handheld games console sold a whopping 1.2 million copies. Dressed in what is now the traditional gold faceplate we have come to expect, this game differs because it is sporting a beautiful head graphic of today's star Mickey. The plastic body is imposing with its super bright red color, that actually, in my opinion, complements the shiny metal gold faceplate. Below the screen is the lovely detailed Disney signature that doubles up as a license authorization. This game was given the production code of MC-25. MC likely standing for the star of today's show's famous first name, that being Mickey. The recommended cell, or button batteries are either the LR43s or SR43s. Any larger batteries, even if they fit, run the risk of breaking the battery cover due to too much pressure. That issue aside, the clock and alarm functions are easy to set up by just following in the instructions booklet. This game has the regular 2 games options, similar to most Game & Watches, these being Game Mode A and Game Mode B. Firstly, we'll focus on Game Mode A, which is the easier of the 2 options. In this game, Mickey Mouse is tasked with catching eggs as they roll down 3 of the 4 possible chutes available. Until an egg is missed, there will be 1 chute out of the 4 that will not have any eggs rolling down and will remain dormant. However, this non-active chute will rotate after an egg is missed. That means the previous non-active chute will now become active once again. Clearly another chute will now become the dormant or vacant chute. Once again, this inactivity will only last until another egg is missed. Another idiosyncrasy this game has is that if Minnie Mouse is leaning out the window when Mickey drops an egg, it'll only count as a half-life being lost. Now Game Mode B is identical to Game Mode A, with a single exception. All 4 chutes are now continually active and will deliver eggs. Identical to Game Mode A, Mickey must twist and turn to catch all the rolling eggs. Notice the console has 4 primary buttons that nicely correspond to the 4 chutes. As noted previously, if Minnie is looking out of her window, any missed eggs only lose a half-life. This half-life has 2 distinct characteristics. Firstly, a live chick will run away from the broken egg. And secondly, the lost life menu, which can be located just below the score in the top right corner, will flash continuously. As with the vast majority of other Game & Watches, the number of lives available is 3 before the game is over. As the player's score increases, you will notice the eggs descend at a faster rate and in a greater quantity. The gameplay will slow every 100 points scored. Also at 200 and 500 points, any lost lives will be restored. As we rejoin the gameplay here in Game Mode B, we see the score is approaching 70 points. Also, we can see a single life has been lost so far. Sadly, Mickey loses another half-life at 94 points. Notice the chick running away, which is the identifier that means it's only half a life lost here. As we approach 100 points, the gameplay will briefly slow. Well, that wraps up our look at the gameplay, which is very enjoyable. The instructions booklet covers the normal cautions and advice on preferred viewing angles, before finishing up with its general specifications. To my knowledge, Nintendo previously had a Disney license way back in 1969. The license was used to improve and reinvigorate the 1965 launched range of games or toys called Ahone Trump Cards. The picture book television themed cards were covered in our first ever episode. Follow the links in the comments. And there would be an additional 2 further Game & Watches that would showcase Mickey Mouse. The first would come in the form of the 3rd offering from the multi-screen series in late 1982, called Mickey and Donald. Then later still, in early 1984, with the 5th issue in the super ingenious Panorama series of foldable games, which was also called, perhaps confusingly, Mickey Mouse. Despite the same name as today's widescreen handheld, the 2 games shared no actual gameplay. However, there is a Game & Watch which shares today's gameplay exactly. But instead of Mickey, we get an unnamed wolf. It is the next episode's star and focus, the Game & Watch called Egg. All of these games we have referenced here will receive their own full episode in due course, So remember to hit that subscribe button and activate that alarm for instant updates on all of our new content. Here we see the Australian variant of Mickey Mouse, called Futuretronic. While over in France we see Mickey in the ever so appealing JA21 design box art. And our German friends continue with their efficient Trickotronic rear box art showcasing two of Nintendo's available games. While my dear neighbors to the south of me in the good old US of A, win hands down the competition on the most gorgeous Game & Watch box art ever. And across the pond we see the Regal boxes from CGL, or Computer Games Limited from the distributor that serviced Great Britain. An interesting novelty is the Soviet Union's unauthorized and unlicensed counterfeit versions of Mickey Mouse. Also interesting is the fact that the copies shown here did not feature the new and improved larger widescreens of the original, but strangely kept the smaller and more cramped screens, first seen in both the initial silver and later gold series of early Game & Watches. With 5 widescreen reviews done, and only 3 left to review, now would be an ideal time to like our channel, hitting that subscribe button and activating the alarm, because the Game & Watch called Egg is the next episode up. And to some collectors it is seen as a holy grail of sorts. So stay tuned and don't miss out. But we find ourselves once again at that juncture in our show where I need to ask our regular photograph quiz question. What in the world? This unpopular and unloved Nintendo item is actually one of my personal favorites, but do you know what this is? Please feel free to have a guess in the comments section below, or join me in the next Egg sighting episode to find out. That's it folks. Thanks for watching and I really hope you've enjoyed our little journey so far. It's going to be truly epic I believe. So get the word out there, hit the like button and share our content, remember to follow us too. Hopefully you know we're not only about Game & Watches, as beautiful as they are, but we're into every version of every Game Boy, every DS variant, the Nintendo Entertainment Systems, Famicom, Super NES, and the 64, the GameCube, the lovable Wii, the various Wii U consoles, and every Switch system out there, and truthfully guys, so much more. All this, and all of it up close and personal. Thank you all so much.